Good morning, friends. So, today's topic is about finding yourself. So, I might go in a little bit of a rant. Let's hope not, but I might. So, this man made a comment. Why is it women wait until they're divorced to look good? Y'all, I wanted to rip this man a whole new butthole. Like, I was so mad at this man for saying such an asinine comment. So, of course, you know me, I'm going to speak my mind politely and kindly. And I looked at him and I said, maybe it's because for the first time in many, 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 many years, she was able to cater to herself instead of her spouse, her kids, and her career. And he looked at me and I said, you show me a tattered wife that looks worn down, beat up, exhausted, and barely functioning. And I will tell you without a doubt, she's doing 90% of the workload in the home with the kids, and her career is sucking the life out of her. And she's spending so much time helping everybody else. She has no time to do her. And he proceeded to say, but Amy, you have two boys and you always look good. So let me tell you something. There were years when I was married to the wrong person. And I was broken down to believe nobody would ever want me, that I was so difficult that no man would ever be able to tolerate me. I was handled with the money that I could not buy bras when I needed them. I could not buy clothes. So after I had one of my children, I could not fit into my clothes good. So I looked crazy. Like I walked around looking like nothing like who I am because I wasn't allowed to spend money for me. And I want to tell you that if your wife is looking tattered, exhausted, and defeated, the first thing I want you to do is ask yourself, why is that? What are you doing to help her? Are you helping her? Now, don't get me wrong. We got many, many, many men out there that are feeling the same way, that are defeated, demolished, and crushed by their spouse. This is not just a woman problem, but this man struck me the wrong way when he asked that question. So I've got a husband right now that even when my youngest was still little and, still in school and, going through those years, he helped me. We share household responsibilities, not just him doing the yard and me doing the whole entire house. We both work some pretty long, just excruciating hours. And we have jobs that we really are passionate about doing and doing well. And so we help with the house. When the parenting popped up, it was not me being the bad guy all the time. I'd go to him and say, hey, this is the issue. I need you to help me come up with something. Like, these are my thoughts. What are yours? And he'd say, let me get back to you. And he'd think about it, ponder it, and we would have disciplinary consequences that we both came up with. I started writing them down, and I would go to him and say, okay, which one of these consequences do we need to have for this kid? So I had a partner in my marriage at this point. So I'm able to go take a shower and get dressed and look good. Whereas previously, I woke up, threw my hair in a bun, and started with kids. I had no help. Now, my ex husband, military, he was not there. I'm not saying he was a sorry husband. I'm saying he was never there. So when he was not there, that's what I had to do. I had no time for me. I couldn't just go to the gym. I couldn't do anything for myself. And I probably weighed way more the whole time I was married to him than I had ever weighed my entire life. So when you guys need to get to yourself, don't wait for your divorce to get where you want to be, talk to your spouse and don't blame them for it. Honey, I'm noticing I'm gaining weight. I'm noticing I'm miserable. I'm just not happy right now. And I think I need to find me again. And when your spouse looks at you like, well, what do you mean? Explain it. Well, I used to look really good in my clothes and now I'm bulging out of them and I don't want to buy new clothes. I'd rather lose the weight. I'd rather get time to work out in the gym. So to do that, I need you to take the kids while I do that. I need to take care of me too. And you do it. And you don't feel guilty while you're doing it because you're setting an example. Excuse me, I got hiccups. You're setting the example for your children how to take care of themselves. They watch you run around like a chicken with your head cut off. That's the way they're going to live their life. What they need to learn is, oh, mom's taking downtime. I need to take downtime. And you train your children to do self-care. I get so angry when I ask women in sessions, how'd you do with self-care this week? And they're like, I showered. I'm like, that's hygiene 101. That's not self-care. That's hygiene. You better be showering. But a lot of women and men, if you don't realize this, pay attention. There are wives out there with young children who don't even have time to shower. And y'all, it's not a joke. I remember going to the bathroom and my kid coming in the bathroom and sitting in my lap while I tried to use the bathroom every time. We did not have locks on our bathroom doors because I had a really smart kid who loved to lock the doors and then I couldn't get in. So none of my doors locked because my kid would lock me out of rooms. And he thought it was hilarious. It was a fun game to him. And I was like, I'm going to fix you. And I took all the locks off all the doors. So unfortunately, I no longer had privacy when I showered or went to the bathroom. And if you have 2 young children, you can't lock them out of a bathroom if your spouse isn't there and you're trying to shower and take care of yourself. So most of these women find they'll go, especially if they're housewives and stay-at-home moms, they start feet on the floor, hair in bun, running from place to place and not even showering. And their hope is when their husband comes home, he'll take the kids so she can cook and she can get a shower in the evening after the kids get a bath. 9 times out of 10, she's so tired she doesn't do it. I've had mothers tell me they went over a week without a shower because they had no support system in the home and they were married. I was a single mom. There's a big difference. It's y'all, you've got to help each other. So let's talk about men. I'm really shocked at how many men will sit down and tell me, I've gained so much weight since I got married and my wife's cooking is so good, but it is killing my stomach. And I'm not going to tell her I want her to cook something different because she's cooking really good meals and I love everything she cooks. And of course, my go-to is, have you communicated this to your wife that you would like to lose some poundage and that her food is so good, you're struggling with losing weight? Maybe she puts too much food on your plate because she thinks you want to eat that much food, and ask her to just cut your portions in half for a few weeks and get to where you start, jump starting that metabolism again. And then maybe ask her, can we work on some foods that may help me lose weight? And your wife is going to jump on board. 9 times out of 10, she's already wanting to do that. And in her mind, she's blaming you because she's cooking all this amazing food to make you happy and keep you happy. Y'all, communication in your marriage will make or break you. I cannot tell you how many times I've had couples sitting in my office and the woman is like bleeding her heart out about, how stressed and overwhelmed she is. And I'll give an assignment. Hey, y'all, write down everything you do in a day. And then guys, write down everything you do in a day. And swap lists and see if there's anything you can take off your spouse's list. Well, 9 times out of 10, the men go to work, they write down the yard work they do, and that's all that's on their list. And the wife has a whole page filled up, and men are like, "Oh my God." And then they're like, "Oh, this is why she's too tired." I'm like, "Yes, that's why she's too tired." So really work on communicating with each other. And I've never seen a man, unless they are self-absorbed, narcissistic personality disorder. I've never seen a man that refused to help his wife if she asked. If a wife said, "Hey, honey, can we do XYZ?" Most of the time, most of the men will do that. If a woman says, "Hey, honey, I need this," most men will step up. If you ask in the right way, if you create a team environment, and if you tell them, "Hey, I'm feeling a little alone in all of the housework and the kids and stuff. I really need some help from you." Men want to be our knight in shining armor. So when you're self-sacrificing and you're not talking to your spouse about it and you're expecting him to know what he should do, y'all, his mama did everything for him. Those men do not automatically know what to do for you, because their mother did everything for them. And on a rare occasion, their mother would say, "Oh, help me do the laundry, please." Or, "Would you take these clothes and put them away?" Like, they had somebody telling them what to do, but they don't want you to mother them. So you just ask them, say, "Hey, honey, I'm feeling so overwhelmed with the house and kids. I really need you to be my partner right now. I need you to help me with the kids or help me with the house. What can you take off my plate? I need to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. What can you take off my plate, A to K?" They're going to step up because they want to be your hero. All you do is sit around and you don't do anything but watch TV when you get home. He's going to feel attacked. He's going to feel nagged, and he is not going to feel like he wants to help you, right? So, women, take care of yourself, then your children. I know that sounds hard. And if you have young babies, it's impossible. If you have young babies, you have to shower either before your spouse leaves for work, or in the evenings, or in the daytime when they take a nap. If you're a stay-at-home mom, that's a privilege. You get to do that, and that's wonderful. And so I want you also to work on your frame of mind. I've had many patients, "Oh, I have to do this, I have to do that." I want you to change that to "I get to." I get to spend the day with my kids. If you're not stay-at-home mom material, that may not feel like a get to, but y'all, that was some priceless time I had with my children. And that time flies by so fast, and they're grown and gone. And you're like, "Wait a minute, they were just a baby yesterday." So I get to change my kids' diapers. I get to go to soccer to watch my kid shine, or I get to see my kid act in something, or I get to see my kid model, or I get to see my son play football, or I get to see my daughter play softball. Like, I get to clean the house that I get to live in. I have a beautiful home. It may not be huge. It may not be $1 million house, but I get to take care of this warm or cool home that keeps me warm in the winter and keeps me cool in the summer. It's a roof over my head, and it's my sanctuary. Y'all, and don't look at my office when I say this, because it doesn't feel like a sanctuary in here, I'm sure, to y'all, because all of my books are back here. But I want you to think about something. If you create your home to be your peaceful environment, you come home feeling like it's a peaceful environment. Teach your children that your home is a peaceful environment. You want to go outside and scream and fuss and argue, that's great. In here, we don't do that. Stop arguing in your bedrooms. Nothing but negative energy in your bedrooms, if that's where you argue. Argue at the kitchen table. Argue outside, on the front porch, on the back porch, wherever you want to do it. Not in the bedrooms. Bedrooms are for sleep and sex. Peace. When I go into my bedroom, I want to have good feelings. I want to have sexual healing. I do not want to go into my bedroom and think about every fight I've ever had. Your energy stays there. And y'all, scientifically, we are energy. Our bodies are energy. Our cells are energy. We are energy. Your energy stays in your house. Have you ever walked into a house that wasn't yours and you could feel, ooh, when you walked in? Yes, that is somebody's energy that's in that house. If you go into a depressed person's home, you feel that depression when you walk in. You have somebody that goes 99 miles a minute, you're going to feel that energy when you walk in their home. And it's like so stressful if you're used to a quiet, peaceful environment. Make your home your sanctuary. Take care of your body. Take care of your mind. Take care of your life before you don't have one. Before the kids are gone. Before your marriage ends. Before you realize all this time has passed me by and I lost who I was. Find yourself and go be awesome.